Dear viewers, be warned. What you are about to witness is a story not for the faint of heart. It is a journey into the depths of human despair and the pursuit of wealth at any cost. If your heart is fragile, if the macabre makes your soul tremble, then I implore you to turn away now. This tale is not for you, but for those of you who remain. Prepare to be gripped by a narrative that will challenge your very beliefs about right and wrong, good and evil. It is a story that will make you question the choices we make in life and the consequences that inevitably follow. This is a story of a young man named Daniel, whose life was forever altered when he chose a path paved with darkness. He sought riches in the most sinister of ways, and for a time. But, dear viewers, as you will soon discover, riches obtained through wickedness are nothing but fool's gold, and the toll exacted is beyond imagination. So, sit back, but hold on tight, for the story you are about to hear is a chilling reminder that some choices lead not to fortune, but to an eternity of regret and despair. Once upon a time, in a bleak and forgotten corner of the city, there lived a poor young man named Daniel. His life was a relentless struggle against the unforgiving tide of poverty, and every day seemed darker than the last. He gazed upon the glittering world of the rich with envy, wondering if there was any escape from his miserable existence. One fateful night, Daniel encountered a group of individuals who promised him riches beyond his wildest dreams. They called themselves the Shadows, and they offered him a twisted path to wealth. The gang's modus operandi was simple: hurt people, steal their property, and amass riches in the process. Blinded by the allure of wealth, Daniel thought he had finally found his ticket out of poverty. For a year, he embraced this life of crime, his heart growing colder with each misdeed. The empathy he once held for others had withered away, replaced by a cold, ruthless ambition. But then, one night, something happened that shattered his icy faith. The gang targeted an elderly couple who lived alone, defenseless in their modest home. As Daniel and his comrades terrorized the innocent, he noticed a photograph on the wall. It was a picture of the couple in their younger years, radiant and full of life. That's when he realized the profound pain and suffering he was inflicting on these people who, like him, had dreams and memories. Tears welled up in Daniel's eyes, and his heart ached with remorse. He couldn't bear to see the anguish he was causing. That night, he made a secret vow to leave the Shadows and make amends for the pain he'd inflicted. But as he tried to distance himself from the gang, he discovered a cruel twist of fate. The Shadows had discovered his intentions and turned their sinister gaze upon him, his family, and his beloved mother. Every second of his life became a nightmare, filled with dread and paranoia. Driven by guilt and a desperate desire to make things right, Daniel continued to help the gang. But now, he did so with a different purpose. He sabotaged their operations and saved potential victims whenever he could, all while living in constant fear for his family's safety. His actions took a toll on the gang's operations, infuriating its leaders. In a cruel and gruesome twist, they decided to make an example of him. They hunted him down, and in a dark alley one night, they ended his life in the most brutal way imaginable. Tragically, they didn't stop there. The gang descended upon Daniel's home, mercilessly killing his family, including his beloved mother. In the aftermath of this gruesome tragedy, the city mourned the loss of a young man who had once been driven by poverty to make a terrible choice. But among the sorrow, a piece of wisdom emerged, a lesson for all the young souls tempted by the allure of darkness and crime. The city's elders whispered these words of caution. In the pursuit of wealth, some lose their souls. Remember Daniel's story, for it teaches us that the path of darkness may lead to riches, but it ultimately takes away the most precious treasures of all our humanity, our loved ones, and our own lives. Choose the path of kindness, for it is the only one that leads to lasting riches of the heart.